Thank you very much, and good morning to all of you. Still a pleasure to be with you for the second day. I can see that we had a very good party yesterday. So for me, I was in the Bitpanda party, and it was an excellent party. So I'm Laurent Marochini. I'm head of innovation for Societe Generale. I'm also blockchain and crypto leader. So today we are going to speak about a very, very important topic, which is the carbon credit and the climate finance. I have to say that, yes, it's a very important topic because we all have a big responsibility. We, as a bank, we have a strong responsibility, but it is a responsibility of all the citizens in the world. So we are going to explore in the next 20 minutes with my two panels, my two experts, where blockchain, where crypto can have an impact on the way we are looking for the future. It's a call for action. It's a call for wake up also, because I don't see so many people. So it's a wake up call. It's a call for action. So now I will give the floors to my two panels. Lady first, of course. So Emilie, who you are, where are you working, and what's your current focus in terms of climate finance and carbon credit?
So thank you for all of you that decided to wake up to hear us. So I'm Emilie Allaert. I'm the head of the Luxembourg Blockchain Lab. We are based in Luxembourg, this small, rainy country right now. I'm focusing on education, upskilling, reskilling, and promoting the use of DLT in the SDG space. So we're a non-profit organization. And we aim to, let's say, use blockchain for good. Why we are here is because recently we published a report on the use of DLT in green finance and what is greenwashing, what is greenwashing, what can really be achieved with DLT. So I will provide some insights on that today.
Thank you very much. So now, Martijn, up to you. I have to say that I have been very impressed by what you have done since 2-3 years in this context. So I give you the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. So my name is Martijn Siebrand. I'm Program Manager Tokenized Securities within ABN AMRO. So what we try to do there is get the value chain of securities at par, but then working with the blockchain. And there we have also some ESG angles in it to make it also more, to make use of the transparency of the blockchain. And that's what we will tell a bit more about that.
Thank you very much. So if you can, Martijn, maybe if you can go a bit in details of what you have recently have made in terms of green bonds, and I have seen that you work also with a startup.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure. So within ABN AMRO, we published 2 years ago our climate strategy, where we are connecting also to the zero banking climate strategy from Paris. And we also announced that we will invest up to 1 billion to 2030 to decarbonize the economy. And for that we have certain activities. So we have our own impact fund that can invest in all kind of companies that help to reorganize the economy, mainly from an pollution aspect. And on the other hand, what we also do is that we look with startups, companies that can help us to innovate, to get also other data across our clients. So last year we had Techstars. Techstars is our accelerator that we work with, and we always have two themes there. One is sustainability and digital assets. Last year we worked with Kumo. Unfortunately, they were not able to be here because they are still in the US. But what they provide is carbon lending. So we did also POC with them to see can we get the carbon credits in as a future, and then we back it with a loan. And the first test was quite successful. So we would like to leverage on that one. And if we look to the digital bonds that we have done so far, the last one was a bond with a Dutch corporate. It's Vesteda, where we did a green bond. So via their green finance framework, we issued the bond. And then at the end, what we saw is that, okay, now we have only the green finance framework, but there's also a lot of data publicly available that the investors need to check manually currently. So what we recently developed is, we call it the Green Ledger or ESG wallet, but that the investor can see the impact metrics per invested euro in CO2 in the wallet directly. So if they have multiple investment in green bonds, in this case from ABN AMRO, they can just click to the wallet and they see directly what the impact metrics are. And that's a way also to get engagement with the investors on the green angle to talk with them about it.
So yes, we have definitely a strong responsibility when you are talking about green bonds for the financement of the economy and also in terms of innovation with the carbon credit. So Emilie, a question for you based on your experience. What do you see, because I have already read your white paper, what do you see as the main benefits of using DLT for the carbon credit, for the climate finance? And also on the other hand, we know that we spend a lot of energy of using blockchain and crypto. So what's your point of view? Because I have seen also interesting figures in the white papers.
Yes, indeed. Let me start by the characteristics of DLT that make it so appealing for SDGs and especially climate finance is the traceability. I don't know if you're familiar with the carbon credit market, but if you do not use DLT, it might be that the carbon credit is transferred multiple times and you do not know it. So you're actually diluting the value of a carbon credit. So the traceability makes it really appealing and well, you're able to say, okay, I've actually transferred only once this carbon credit. And actually with the greenwashing that we're experiencing, because it's so cool to be taking care of the planet without actually potentially making real efforts, you're able to track, and especially if you're a citizen, you want to know whether the company you're investing in or you're using is really making efforts. With DLT, you can make sure that this company is actually making efforts in the field and is not just saying it because it's so cool at the moment. On the other side, there is this greenwashing. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's the fact that due to the greenwashing and the bashing around this and people not trusting anything anymore, well, people do act, but they tend to be really low voice about it. So they are not mentioning too much their efforts because they think, okay, anyway, even if we do something big, people will say it's greenwashing. With DLT in the field, then you're able to say, okay, we've actually done something and it's real. So you're actually compensating the greenwashing and the greenwashing, and you're finally entering a market where you're, okay, there is really something happening and I can trust this company and I could keep working with them. On the electricity consumption, I think it's a big topic because the European Commission, even when they were writing about MICA, they were saying, okay, should we just say no to blockchain technology because it's too much of energy consumption? Well, in the report, we've used the tool by Cambridge laboratory on digital assets, and we found out that Ethereum, the new version, is actually using much less energy consumption than the Burj Khalifa. And do you know how much less?
20?
Actually, it's 50 times less in terms of energy consumption than Burj Khalifa. And do you know the, let's say, capitalization of Deutsche Bank? Who knows?
30.
30, yes. Do you know the market cap of Ethereum? Okay.
300,
Sorry?
about 300 billion?
Correct. And in real life, the energy consumption of Ethereum is 100 times less than the one of Deutsche Bank. So you see, there is this bashing about energy consumption of Ethereum, for example, or the DLT technology in general, because people do not know that there are multiple technologies. And still, in real life, if you make the parallel, well, you see that there is really a bashing that is happening. And we should be really, really careful and check our facts before acting or deciding to invest. And I would like to open the question, and maybe next time you can ask me, Laurent, what is the energy consumption of AI and all the chatbots and all the chat GPT? Nobody is asking that because you have direct consumption. It's bringing you direct impact. While DLT, it's still in the background, and you think, okay, yeah, no, but you know, electricity there, well, think about it before making a request or a prompt on ChatGPT next time.
Thank you very much, Emilie. Martijn, as you have made a lot of achievements in terms of ESG banking using DLT, what's your first feedback, main benefits and challenges? And I will come to the last question for you. What will be the next step for ABN AMRO?
Yeah. Thank you for that question. And hearing your story, I think we have to move completely to a new infrastructure than using the old one. But I think most people like that if I look around here. So what are the main benefits? So yeah, we've done different transactions with different client groups also, and also different issuers, different investors. If you look at our last transaction that we did, that was an institutional one. Then really the investor was intrigued by the fact that we could settle quite soon compared to the normal bonds that they do. Although we didn't use cash on chain here. So we see also, I think, here at the conference, a lot of talks about all the new developments on the cash on chain side. So that's really something that we would like to add for a new transaction that we are going to do. Because with every deal that we do, we would like to extend our capabilities. As we are still a traditional bank, it's quite hard to go from 0 to 100 on the innovation pace, so we need to do it step by step. And that's why we started with a small transaction, then we did a bigger one, and now we would like to add then also the cash on chain part. But if we are able to use the blockchain right, and we have a native bond that we are going to issue, we can also directly include metadata, like the impact metric for ESG. And on this aspect, we are currently working with our green bond desk. So I'm working on the innovation side, but most of the work we do within the bank is on the side of global markets. So they do help out to get us in contact with their clients, where we are now talking that, all right, the ESG wallet is a nice tool for ABN AMRO investors, but if you go to the big asset managers, they not only invest in ABN AMRO bonds, they have multiple bonds. So we need to have more banks active on the platform, more issuers active on the platform to make it more useful. And that's what we are trying to get in right now. And there's quite some nice uptake, because for an investor, they see now a benefit where they say, right, if I invest in a digital bond, I can also see the impact metrics. Maybe we can add some other metadata from solar panels or other things that you can think about. And then there becomes also an intrinsic value to use the digital one compared to the traditional one. So then it's not only about settlement, but also we can then also leverage on the transparency. And that will really also help us with our goal to invest in all kinds of companies up till 2030 that could help by reorganizing the economy. So those kind of tools we combine, and then we work with different departments within the bank to achieve this. So I think that the technology is useful for us to not only connect with the outside world, outside of the bank, but also connect with different departments within the bank. And then we can share all kind of metadata there. And then we combine more the aspect that we say, right, there is a financial transaction, but there is also a lot of information that we can get around the transaction, as we are a bank and a trusted party. So that's what we are currently looking into for the future.
Thank you very much. Last question for you, Emilie. What do you see as the main key trends regarding the climate finance and also the carbon credit? And what's your key recommendation as a visionary?
So what I see is a multiplicity of products that are derivated from the carbon credits. I've even read about tokenized carbon credits. You could imagine plenty of products that would appeal to a variety of investors, because we mentioned everybody is or should be active in the climate change and act upon it. So I guess it's important as well to bring everybody on board, and by creating products that are available to the bigger population, then you're making real impacts as well. And the fact that you're able to invest in projects that you're able to select or know exactly because of this transparency that you mentioned, it's really something that will appeal to people. Because right now, many institutionals are doing with or dealing with the carbon credits. But nobody in the population knows what it is and what it helps. So what we are seeing right now is solutions where you actually buy carbon credits and then reinvest potentially the money into worthy projects that you have the feeling that are helpful. And that is really something that will help as well with the adoption, I guess. And what I hope, or at least the future, if I take the crystal ball, I think, well, in Luxembourg, we're really well placed with all the green bonds. And I hope that it will be common in the coming months or years, let's say, with a lot of people investing into it because they believe that we need to save the earth.
Thank you. And where we can find your white paper, finally?
On the website of the Luxembourg Blockchain Lab.
Okay, so do not hesitate to go to the website of the Luxembourg Blockchain Lab to download the white paper. I have to admit that it's very interesting. The last word for you.
Yeah, I think what's nice on the approach that we take currently is that we work mainly on public permissioned infrastructure, and there we can leverage all kind of data from other companies. So if we are stuck with the traditional system, yeah, we have to go to the existing companies and ask, hey, can we have this module? Can we have that module? And the beauty of this new technology is that we can work with anyone. And that is helping us to create a new value chain where we can bring value for smaller clients, for bigger clients, at the metadata. I think also share maybe other information with regulators, etc. So it's really a new way of getting the information there, which really helps. And then also your story about the energy consumption. I think we have to push for this because it could really make the market way more efficient. I think we see with wholesale CBDC transactions that there is currently more uptake also by institutions. We will do as ABN AMRO transaction ourselves next month with the wholesale CBDC from Banque de France, and then we will learn again some parts. So I hope that also like next year you will see that more corporates, I think, are willing to invest time to see what it could bring, but also other banks and investment. So not only around investing in the Bitcoin ETFs, etc., but also the value of the technology itself, what it could bring for all the parties in the value chain. So that's, I think, a nice one for next year.
Yeah, because at the end it's a call for action, a call for wake up, because the future is now, it's not tomorrow. And working in a bank like Martijn, when we are dealing with climate finance, we are not in competition, we are in competition. We need to work together, all banks together. We need to work, all the stakeholders together to make our future better and sustainable. Big applause